G'day, Azza here with episode 11 of AZZATAC Talk Show, my CZ Shadow 2 Orange comparison. In this video, I'll share with you my range results from my Shadow 2 Orange and my Shadow 2 Blue at different distances in different shooting positions with the same ammunition. All this and more is coming up right after this. G'day, welcome to AZZATAC, where we can help you get rounds down range, consistent, fast, and on target. Hi, if you're new here, I've been making weekly videos to help you get started in your pistol shooting journey. I intend on bringing you more content like this, and as well as interviews from competition shooters, trainers, shop owners, and tactical product reviews. If this interests you, please consider subscribing and turning on the notifications. And if you're getting value out of these videos, please smash that like button.
So I'm back down here at the range to do another test of the Shadow 2 Orange versus the Shadow 2 Blue and do some freestyle serials from the 10 meter position. I'm going to use my match ammo for all of the testing. So 10 shots on each target with both pistols, and I'll be starting with the Shadow 2 Blue this time. Okay, so I'm down the range again. This is a week later from the last video where I did some just standing unsupported at 10 meters with the CZ Shadow 2 and the CZ Shadow 2 Orange. Today I'm going to do a little bit of testing from about 12 meters, utilizing the platform behind me here to rest the gun on, give it a bit of a stable platform, and I possibly will do some more shooting from the unsupported position. We'll just see how I go. So I'm going to test the Shadow 2 Orange first, and then the Shadow 2 Blue, and I'm going to do groups of 5 today through groups of 5 with my match ammo. So I'm down at targets now just to check them out. This is my first target here. You see the size, it's a 25mm patch there. That's a pretty tight group. Second target's a little bit bigger. The third group has 2 in that hole there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in there. So that's pretty accurate at that range. I'll move it back after I shoot the CZ Shadow 2 blue at this range and see how it performs. So I'm going to be shooting the Shadow 2 blue now. So I come down to the targets now to have a look at the shots from the CZ Shadow 2 Blue. Bit of a flyer there, I'm not sure how that happened, but that's a pretty tight group there. This is a pretty good group here as well, pretty much like the CZ Shadow 2 Orange. And a little bit, still a pretty tight group, but not quite as tight as the Shadow 2 Orange is. So that's pretty tight there. Just got that one outside there. So with this data, I think that still the Shadow 2 Orange is just a little bit more consistently accurate, whereas the Shadow 2 Blue seems to have just a little bit more inaccuracy. As you can see here, you know, it's got two shots inside that one, one down here and then 2 up there. This one here, 2 shots inside each other. but one out here. So if that one was in there, it'd be quite like the first one of the Shadow 2 orange. I'll push it back a little bit further and see how they go. So I've taken it back to now about 20 meters. You use the rest again, and there are the targets up there. So there's the 25 meter mark there where I shot from last time. So I'll give it a go. I'm going to start with the Shadow 2 blue this time and see how it goes at 20 meters. That's it for the Shadow 2 blue. So I'm down here at the targets for the Shadow 2 blue. First target is a pretty tight group here with the first shot just off to the right. Not sure how that happened. It's pretty hard to stuff up with the rest that I've got, so maybe ammo issue there. This is a pretty good indication of how tight the group can be. Just a bit of elevation, so you know, probably 50 mil, under a 50 mil group, you know, sort of the same as that one there. It's just a bit bigger than one of those patches. And this is the same here with the Shadow 2 blue. So pretty consistent groups all around from 20 meters. I'll go back up and try out the Shadow 2 orange. Okay, down at the target for the Shadow 2 Orange, a little bit to the right, this group, but also a couple white fires, a couple inside each other there, probably around about the same size as the Shadow 2 Blue. This one here, not sure, my sight picture must have been getting a little bit stuffed up there, or due to ammo, but this one here is a pretty good indication. Pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pretty much all touching each other there. The best group out of all 6 groups I've shot. Tightest group, no flies or anything. It's definitely a lot tidier. Even this one here that's not as tidy is still probably smaller than the biggest group of the Shadow 2 Blue. So still I'd say overall the Shadow 2 Orange is slightly more accurate than the Shadow 2 Blue is, just off these results here. And mainly this group here, and referring back to the other groups I shot the other day on my last video. So last week I shot the Shadow 2 Blue first at 10 meters from the unsupported standing position. 3 groups of 5 shots again, and then I'll shoot the Shadow 2 Blue just from the standing position. That's it for the Shadow 2 Orange. Now I go to the Shadow 2 Blue. So down here at the targets, a little bit of a flyer there. Pretty much the same size group as 25, but Freestyle. Pretty good group here. I definitely know I pulled the trigger there, down there. That was my first shot. I anticipated the recoil, and here we go, another pretty nice group. We'll see how the Shadow 2 Blue goes. So now I'm going to shoot 3 groups of 5 with the Shadow 2 Blue at about 10 meters in a standing unsupported position. So now down here at the targets after a shot, 3 5-shot groups, 3 touching each other here, another 2 up there. Pretty tidy group there. Another pretty tidy group there. The Shadow 2 blue seems to me, it does feel a lot easier to shoot than the Shadow 2 orange at the moment in that freestyle position. Maybe it's because the Shadow 2 orange is newer and it's a lot tighter. I'm not sure what the feeling is that makes it feel a little bit different, but it's definitely easier to shoot these groups with the Shadow 2 blue, maybe because I've been shooting it for longer. But that's it for now.
So I'm back from the range, and as you've seen, there's both pistols shoot very accurately at the different distances. There is a variety of different variables that come into play when trying to shoot groups like that. Overall, but my instinct is that as my initial thoughts is that once the Shadow Orange is more worn in, run in, like the Shadow 2 blue, it will just still outperform it just by that little bit, just because of the extra attention to detail that they've had when they were fitting the barrel to the slide. So in my opinion, after looking at all the data, the Shadow 2 blue, definitely from standing unsupported at 10 meters, it's very easy for me to shoot really tight groups. I think that's because I'm very used to shooting that gun, very used to the trigger, very used to the setup. It just feels very easy for me to do that. But when I go to the Shadow 2 orange at that distance, because it feels a little bit different, my groups tend to widen out a little bit. But then when I go to a more steady platform, like my previous video where I was laying down prone, and this video where I've been shooting on a rest, the Shadow 2 orange outperforms the Shadow 2 blue. Not by much, but it's still clearly more accurate. Okay everyone, thanks for watching episode 11 of AZZATAC Talk Show. CZ Shadow 2 Orange comparison. I hope you got value out of this video, and if you did, please smash that like button. And consider subscribing to AZZATAC YouTube channel if you haven't already. Next up on AZZATAC Talk Show, I'll be having a little bit of a break from doing these style videos, and I'll be bringing you some videos from my pistol shooting journey in the early days, action pistol world titles videos from 2016, and some more IPSC video stages of me shooting in 2019. For now though, see you next time, and until then, keep on shooting and I'll catch you down the range.